Kaboom! Teach them! Always make sure the message reach them.
Live from Kingston, Jamaica, broadcasting around the world. You're watching the Teach Them YouTube show. Intellectual, yet stimulating. Fair, frank, and factual. This is Extra Class, streaming to the world and beyond.
You know, it's Teach Them, the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel. Kaboom! Teach them! Always make sure the message reach them.
Live from Kingston, Jamaica, broadcasting around the world. You're watching the Teach Them YouTube show. Intellectual, yet stimulating. Fair, frank, and factual. This is Extra Class, streaming to the world and beyond.
You know, it's Teach Them, the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel.
Good night, everyone. Let me know if you're seeing me clearly. Let me know if you're hearing me clearly. If you're seeing and hearing me clearly, welcome to another episode of Extra Class, episode number 308. I trust that everybody who is seeing my face and hearing my voice is doing great. For the people who are at work on this hour, the Friday evening, just that your shift will end soon. You'll get a chance to be home with your family shortly. For the people on the road, you know, a mountain Friday, so people out shopping and them something there. Be careful. Get home safely. For the people and what they want. Ready for listen to teach about some things we have to jam down. Jamrock. Jamaica land we love. Land of food and water, Bob Marley, Usain Bolt, Vice Cartel, Buju Bantan, Charlie and Fraser, Parsley, in terms of Porsche, similar. And some wallet more people. Peeps, good night. We're there. Let me know if everything is in sync. Let me know if we have any buffering issues. Last stream, apparently we had some teething pains. As I am streaming from a new location and stuff, so I don't know. So let me know, peeps, because we know some people that complained last time. But whichever way, soon circle.
Kaboom! Teach them! Always make sure the message reach them. You know, it's Teach Them, the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel. Hey, yo, yellow. Like, subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification button. Hey, yo, we always up to something. Teach them. Hey, yo, yellow. Send the message and make it reach them. It's Teach Them right here. Warlord representing.
Hey peeps, finna big up yourself. Yeah man, that are supposed to lock. And yeah, we know them supposed to lock, but then you know people probably finish shopping late and the traffic is on the road. Mountain traffic not normal. You understand? Good night, Tony Shea, how are you? It's good to see you. Peace, big up on yourself and Empress Jen, Tess, Garfield, all of the people, them Rosie B, BM, MS, big up yourself, you know. Peeps, we're there. There, yeah. You know what thing go. Good night, Kerry. It's good to see you. Craig, where I deal with you? So I could get into some things because I don't plan to come spread bed tonight. And I just, you understand? There's a throw down some sheet and cut. And them something. Good night, Miss Johnson. How are you? Empress Charmaine. I think Charmaine was previously Yufiwali. If the face is what I remember. But yeah man, big up yourself, Empress. Irie Life, manners. Seems like you're in a no laughing mode. But we see it go. Father Earl Lewis, big up yourself. Peeps. COVID. What to say? Apart from the fact that there have been 3 more COVID-19 related deaths confirmed on the island. And for the 24-hour period for Thursday, the 25th of February, there were 204 newly confirmed cases. So Jamaica on Thursday recorded 3 more COVID-19 deaths, pushing the tally to 413. That is very, very unfortunate, isn't it? The deceased are a 54-year-old woman from Kingston and St. Andrew, 63-year-old female from St. Catherine, and a 65-year-old man from St. Catherine. One more case was recorded as a coincidental death, moving the figure to 85. Meanwhile, there were 204 new cases with ages ranging from 2 to 99 years old, pushing the total to 22,471 and 8,608 active cases presently. Of the new cases, 79 are males and 125 are females. Yeah? So in the meantime, there were 58 more recoveries, increasing the total number of recoveries to 13,231. Some 228 persons are in hospital, with 21 being moderately ill and 24 being critically ill. 24 being critically ill is a significant number. Critically ill means it thing not look good. We hope that all the critical cases, there will be some turnaround and there will be no more fatalities for the foreseeable future. But we know that is unfortunately highly unlikely. And them something. Slaughta, how are you? 13 persons are in government quarantine while 21,658 are in home quarantine, or whatever that is worth. I saw where the police went to a location where both, how much people there in Jamaica? Roughly 3 million, give or take a few thousand. And out of the 3 million people live in Jamaica, 2.75 million people at the location. Eh? The police them go one place or one party a keep where 2.7 million Jamaicans were gathered. It's just me alone never did it. You understand? And it's buffering on my side. Unlock connections, blessings. I don't know what's the issue. I mean, it could be on my side, but then I really don't know. Zane? And these things. I am good, teach. Finals are over now. Hope you are well. Yeah, man. We are give thanks to Slaughta. You know, I think not really perfect, but we're blessed. You understand? I'm happy that your exams are over. I know you mash them up some type of way. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Big up yourself. Zane? Mr. Alex, move from here, man, and have a chatting, brethren. And nobody come and annoy me all tonight. I just start the stream. Then if me not say condolences to Shabba Mother in a 5 minutes of my stream, it means I'm not plan for do it. Brother, move from here, man. Yo, I want no more time, man. Yeah, peeps. So me I say now, the situation is that we still continue as a people to take this thing for a joke. We still continue because the reality is this. I saw an article where some political commentators have given the Prime Minister a failing grade in recent times as it relates to handling the COVID-19 situation. And many people are saying that he was very vocal and upfront prior to the elections, but since the elections, he has been MIA in many instances and on many issues. I suppose, though, conversely, some people were saying that he was, too involved in other ministries as a prime minister, and he should allow the ministers that he would have, selected to actually execute their portfolio responsibilities. So whichever way you go, I suppose there will be some issues on the matter and thing. However, and this is me in no way, shape, or form defending the Prime Minister. Because we're not different politicians out here. But the reality is this, and let us be frank. No matter what kind of restrictions, what kind of policies are put in place, there is nothing that can treat with indiscipline. No matter how much curfew and how much lockdown we have, there is nothing that can treat with in discipline. Yeah? And despite the fact that the government has dropped the ball in a number of instances, Zena, and I can really laugh, many of them off at the top of my head. The reality is that the government can do absolutely nothing about rampant indiscipline. And that is where the problem is. Well, largely. Administratively, there are some issues as well. In terms of governance, there are some issues as well and weaknesses. In terms of resources, yes. In terms of being decisive, Zane, there are some issues, but indiscipline continue to be a massive contributor to the COVID-19 spike currently taking place in the country. So, I am afraid that this thing will be with us for the foreseeable future and even after the foreseeable future. What may happen is that when many countries are opening up back and there is some semblance of normalcy in many countries around the world, Jamaica will still be grappling and trying to fight out of the clutches of the COVID-19 situation, simply because we are an indisciplined set of people. I cannot for the life of me understand why there is this insatiable desire for us to party and party and party and party. So much so that we are risking not only our lives, by the looks of things, but also the lives of our grandparents, of our parents, of our children. Many times these people who go party, even if they contract the virus, they are asymptomatic and they are able to survive. But then the most vulnerable among us is the elderly, our grandparents, our parents, our aunts, our uncles. And these are the people who we continue to expose, knowing and unknowingly, because some people know so them positive and them still a go here, there and everywhere. Them still a mingle with he, she and the old lady, and we are where we are. So despite the fact that the government has been foolhardy in a number of instances, they have been unwise and indecisive in others, the reality is that us as a people has done way too much in contributing to the current situation that exists. Yeah, that is the stark reality. All persons involved has to take responsibility. Government, citizens. You understand? That is the truth. We're also seeing where there are many jitters around the country and overseas, as many people would have logged in and registered and post their personal information on the JAMCOVID website. And we saw where there was a breach in the security apparatus of the website, as apparently there was no password on the system and information was accessible to anybody who did want it, really, for a period of time. I saw an article where the journalist who broke the story is saying that the Jamaican government has been antagonizing him since the article broke while carrying out their investigations and them something there. Apparently, that was just the tip of the iceberg, as it has been revealed that there has been 2 more such data breaches with the JAMCOVID website in the space of a week. I remember when I streamed last Friday, I made note of the fact that this JAMCOVID breach will put a significant dent in whatever confidence was there in people wanting to opt in to NIDS when it come on stream. Because people will be saying, hey, and my information I no one go expose run one part, run one place. Then, you know, so that now go on board here. I assure you that many well-thinking Jamaicans, even if they see the potential benefits of the national identification system, they will now be very cautious, very skeptical whenever it's time for us to become a part of the whole NIDS thing because of this situation. JAMCOVID website down for maintenance as a third alleged breach has been uncovered. 1, 2, third. You understand? No one, no two, you know. 3 alleged breaches, you know, within the space of a week in a family. We not see what going on in a John chat about here. Another alleged security flaw associated with the JAMCOVID application has reportedly been uncovered just hours after the government revealed it is accelerating plans to migrate the database. The website is now down for maintenance. So US journalist Zach Whitaker of TechCrunch revealed a few minutes, that day, that he had informed Amber Group of a third JAMCOVID security lapse involving more than 500,000 exposed quarantine orders for travelers to Jamaica. Last week, it was revealed that thousands of records were left exposed on the site, and the government has since said plans are being accelerated to boost Jamaica's cybersecurity. Do you have any idea of how many hundreds of thousands of people could have logged in and submitted information to the JAMCOVID website in lieu of traveling to Jamaica? And as I said before, I would be seriously surprised if there's no form of litigation coming out of these data breaches. As in truth and in fact, this is heights of carelessness. Once, fine, it will happen, it can happen. They have hacked the Pentagon before. You understand what I'm saying? However, what steps were taken after the first breach was uncovered to treat with the situation? I see a lot of deflection. I saw Amber Media Group apparently addressing the situation. However, at no point in that release did they say what went wrong and why the breach occurred. No one made any mention of that. They were just saying the system is secured and there was a loophole and they fixed it. Nobody takes any responsibility in Jamaica. You understand? It is always deflection. You see me? Judge God. But I suppose, you see, everything in life happens for a reason and purpose. This is a wake-up call to the government. I would suggest to understand that in pushing this NIDS thing, this NIDS agenda, which Mark, you have said publicly before, that has its merits and potential benefits to especially the crime fight in the country, that in an attempt to push this bill through and this legislation, they now have to probably triple or quadruple their efforts to win back the trust of the few people who were for the system to begin with. Because remember, there was a lot of skepticism and you know what I mean, mistrust, Zane, from the get-go. So I am certain that this would have increased exponentially now, seeing that the JAMCOVID website app has been compromised 3 times. 3 times. Father Earl Lewis, Boy, I will hope for the best with you and brother. In a real life. I'm not telling a lie. You understand? Myers Glam, how are you, Empress? Good to see you. And these things. You see me? Jaja, you are quite correct, teacher, about litigation. This is plain negligence. Any good litigation lawyer can bust this one. Jaja. Now, let's wrap up the whole COVID situation. I am not the sharpest tool in the toolbox, you see? But I don't think me is the dullest neither. And being an educator, I have seen firsthand the fallout that has occurred in the education landscape as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. I know the challenges that exist. I know how difficult it has been for all stakeholders, the government, because we still have to include them, parents, educators, and most importantly, students. I understand that the virtual space has its challenges, just like the physical space. It's just, they might be different to a level, but there will be challenges wherever. You understand? Especially a country that did not have a built-out platform for online learning formally. When noises started to emerge about the resumption of face-to-face classes, I would, in my own head, to the people close to me, and on this very stream, many nights, I stated that it is my view, opinion, that it would be foolhardy, it would be ill-advised, it would be unwise for face-to-face learning to come back on stream if it was not focused on grades 11, 12, and 13 students. And perhaps under certain conditions, grade 6 students who are preparing for PEP. I said it was always going to be a Russian roulette type of situation if schools were allowed to resume in a fulsome way where students from all grade levels were admitted on the compound. No matter how much sanitization they do, no matter what. Simply because many of these children take public transportation to school. Many of these children live in some house with some careless relatives who are party round at some place, round at some part, and I can't go to go get them. Many of these children will be positive and are asymptomatic, so we don't even know. And I said, as an educator, I have no issues in the world treating with my fifth form students, knowing that they would have suffered in their fourth form years because of the closure of school and the late start of the school year, plus all the issues that have emerged in the virtual space. I was willing from day one to leave my yard, go to school, go teach my grade 11 students then. However, apparently, there are very intelligent and self-actualized people advising the government and the Minister of Education. And they would have given schools the green light to resume classes in a face-to-face. 400 schools, as a matter of fact, 400. However, about 300 of those schools actually took up the offer. About 100 did not. And one by one, we started hearing of cases popping up, which it was inevitable. It was always going to happen. Now, we're seeing where the good Minister of Education has announced late in the week that Why am I backtrack now? Okay. Face-to-face classes should only treat with grade 6, grades 11, 12, and 13 students. As me did I say from the get-go, from the beginning of time. If we as a country had put things in place and decisively treated with accommodating these grade levels, then we won't be in this stage running around like headless chicken again. A disruption in the system again. The thing reached as far as to where some schools were issuing indemnity forms for parents to sign, extricating the schools of responsibility should a child become positive while the teaching learning process is taking place. Government shuts down face-to-face learning for students not doing exams. It should have never started with students when I do exam. You understand? You don't need nobody with no whole heap of sense to tell you that. But because our technocrats are so qualified and so visionary in their thought process, then why not? Let's fling everything against the wall and hope some things stick. Yeah? Government has directed public schools to immediately revert to online learning for most students. And only to provide face-to-face instructions to students preparing for school-leaving examinations. This means only grades 6 students in primary school and those in grades 11 through to 13, which are 5th to 6th form, at the secondary level should physically attend school. And that in itself now is a problem, and I'll tell you why. If this was the starting point, then we would not be treating with so many teachers possibly being infected, so many children being infected, because the truth is, even though it is not always the case, grade 11 to 13 students, they are more mature and are better able to follow instructions, and in many instances are better able to protect themselves against possible transmission or contamination. Now, you mix up the pot. Many primary schools have been up and running, and the reality now is that many of the primary school students, being so young, you can't. Them are gonna play with them friend. Them are gonna share with them friend. It's just the thing. And the truth is, many high school students have a sister or brother who go primary school. So, but alright, make we move on. Education Minister Favour Williams urged parents and teachers of students from other grades to utilize other methods of learning, including online, television and radio, and printed material. Now, if we as a nation had built out some framework for grade 6, 11, 12, and 13 students, then that program would be up and running. It would be now uniformly accepted and rolled out in schools, versus now we still run up and down and try to put things in place when this shouldn't be the starting point from time immemorial. But as I said, our technocrats and the people who are being paid millions of dollars to advise our ministers, I guess they have a job to do, innit? Speaking at a post-cabinet press briefing at the office of the Prime Minister on Wednesday, Williams said the advice was communicated during a joint meeting between the COVID-19 task force and principals of schools approved for face-to-face instructions by the Ministry of Health and Wellness and the Ministry of Education. If the schools, have these exam grade students on the campus, they can spread them out all over the campus now that you don't have the other grades there to occupy that space, Williams said. Wow. Eureka, we have discovered something. Williams noted that just over 300 schools had resumed face-to-face instructions out of more than 400 which had been approved to do so by the Education Ministry. We continue on that effort to ensure that we do the inspections along with the Ministry of Health and Wellness to approve our schools, but we allow the principals and teachers the flexibility to operate face-to-face classes. They are on the ground. They understand the situation. So why you never go to the people and we're deep on the ground, we understand the situation from the beginning and so be advised. But now, in the midst of the crisis, we are on the ground and we understand the situation. So what we did there before, in a year, oh, we did a float, we did a levitate, we ain't up on the ground. We never know the situation. It's here, we did a hear about it. As the number of positive COVID cases across the island continues to mount, some schools which were approved for face-to-face instruction have been forced to close as students and staff have tested positive for the dreaded disease. MOE always make some decision in from a far place. Hey Kay, how are you, Anna? It's good to see you. So meanwhile, Acting Chief Education Officer in the Ministry of Education, Dr. Kassan Troop, said the Caribbean Examinations Council was expected to meet with stakeholders this Friday, today, to confirm the dates for this year's regional exams. Them is the next one. But them is a next story for your next time. We can't cuss everybody one time. You have to spread out the cuss them. You can't pile up the cuss and just cuss. But me I say, man, you see, common sense, not so common these days, I have observed. You see me? I have seen where common sense is not very common anymore in this country. You understand what I say? I mean, the reality is this. Schools were closed down when we had one case. One solitary case. And yes, me get it. We are trying to limit the spread. I understand that. But then you are going to open schools when we are having the greatest spike since the outbreak of the virus. Then that can't make no sense to me. As I say, me I probably fool, you know. Zine, but in a little knowledge and wisdom what me did get somewhere along the line, when me pick up. You understand? That was never wise. We're having 450 odd cases, 430 odd cases, 360 odd cases. And at them time they are push for school open and everybody figure out school. Then you know, so we're not sensible about it. Common sense is a superpower given to superheroes. Teach them what you see a person who do the same thing over and over again to achieve a different result. Definition of insanity. Sheena, you alright, Empress? It's good to see you. You see me? Jaja. As me I say I know still, it irks me a lot. So much so that, you know, sometimes you just feel like you want to just tell them to move from your son and go like, you understand? And sometimes you don't even bother want to hear what them have to say. From the ministry to admin to everybody. Yeah, now we don't really put them out the ground and talk that still. You understand? Like, more time, the bag of talking don't even make no sense. You see me? So you just zone them out and just lock off some people. And just treat with the students them and keep it moving. Because right now, at the youth, they make the most sense in all of this. When you reason with the youths, them make the most sense. You see me I say? 99% of the time, at the students, them make most of the sense about it. Strangely enough, you'll be surprised. They have more solutions than these people who you see on TV at many of the times. Eh? But I'll leave it there. I need to write a book, you know, titled Educating Educators. I'm going to write it. Nobody know about a thief, you know. I mean, if you're not thief, still, I just change the name because we're full of name. You understand? Yeah, man. And another one, Jamaica's education system is not for students. I'm full of them, you know. One of them time in our future. I write a couple of books. I'm telling you, the education system in Jamaica doesn't make no sense, and about no believe me. And I have been teaching for a long time. See? Everybody will do the same thing. For what I don't know. Everybody will not excel academically. I'm telling you, if a youth love sports and good at sports, them go to sports school. You understand me? I say if a youth love music and the performing arts, them go to school around that part there. If a youth love make things and design things, they send him around our engineering school run so. You specialize, so you are creating specialists. Everybody don't need to be rounded, round or some, and then you try to do everything and you end up not doing nothing well. And the youth, them strengths are drowned out because of the education system in front of them. Because we are paint everybody with the same brush. Yeah, paint a man with white already with white paint. Yeah, paint somebody with black already with black paint. Then that make no sense, Reggie. Make the youth them do what the youth them love. Anything that you love in this world, you will do well at it. I love girls. I do well with girls. That are my love. You understand? Because I enjoy it, so I do well at it. I with it. When I used to do it. We second up now. You understand what I say? We are kill off the youth them. You know how many youths me see? Them selling for the G. Zine, the youth them do interesting from the G to the Y. This is who this guy. In front of them I tell them be a lie. Them not interested in that. The youth them want to go play some instrument run one part run so. You understand what I say? The youth them love the kitchen and them want to go do some culinary things. Send them around one part run so. We have been placed in a system where it is so designed to keep some people yassa and some people done yassa. You understand? That's how the system designed for you. Because the truth is, how many youths in a Spanish Town High School are going able to compete with a youth up at Immaculate and Campion and Andrews? How them youth they are going able to get the same jobs there? When them are going to fight for the same jobs there? How them youth they are going able to get the same university space and when them are fight for the same university? Where they are not on the same level. And I promise you that many of the youth them from out of Spanish Town High, if you give them the thing where them love to do, nobody from Immaculate or Campion can't come near them. The education system of foolishness. Take it from an educator. Me can't look here. Me sit down and I look on them and I just shake me down. I say look on them people to them. Like what them really up to? Give the youth them what them love, brethren, and stop force things where you want upon the youth them. This you have schools that specializes in dispensing certain type of content and certain curriculum, and the youth them who interested in that go over this. You understand me I say? The youth them were interested in something else go around this. And we are creating specialists, and we have a nation that specializes in whatever we are turning out our students to be. You understand? Enough of the things that we import now, we couldn't have met them here because we then train the youth them for do them things here. You see me I say? Like, me can't understand how nobody else not see them something here. Like, me don't know though. We don't know. But we get checked. Yeah, man. Sorry for the language, but we get checked. You see me? Then find every way of check about it. And education, as is the biggest way to check about here. You understand? Because the education system design for the people them when they are at the top remain at the top. Because them can send for them picking them got the best schools and get the best results, while the youth them down at the bottom stay down at the bottom. You have to strong to break the lines of demarcation and the stratification that are placed on us as a people about here. You understand? Just like I always say, so the system is so designed to frustrate poor people into deeper poverty, brother. When you try to do some things in another country and that frustration lick your left, right, and center, by the time you have to spin 2 times, you're tired and you just give up. You don't even business no more. You can't bother. And you just stuck right where you're. They're not frustrate me about it, you know? You're not going to frustrate me. You understand? Me not tap until me get to me want. You're not going to frustrate me. So you could make we turn a million different turn. Me not tap. While if a man have money and him have a surname and him know some people, him think go too smooth. But because you not a surname when you did an unknown grave with no headstone, nobody not know you. You suffer about your family. You don't even see what I go on, you know. All we get comfortably in a Babylon about you, you know. You understand? And we don't really talk sometimes, you know. What I feel like say, yo, we don't see what I go on, you know. More time we just battle it up until we just broke the buckle and people get it, you know. You see me the fun? A system, brother, designed for pressure with, for frustrate with, and while who up here so will remain up here so, and standing on our shoulder and a turn up in our head and a kick we down because we not on a surname, we not have nothing. And when you try to find something and put some respect on your surname, you are frustrated into oblivion, family. And it starts from the education system, a system that I have been a part of for over a decade. And I can tell you, that is what it is. You hear them talk about every child can learn and every child must learn. Man, it's a good slogan that sounds good, but if you really sit down and look upon it, based on the dictates of the curriculum that exists presently, every child can learn it. They can learn apartheid and peace side, the peace what them love. Every child can learn, every child must learn. Which part? Where? In a standardized classroom where you think that everybody have the same skill sets and the same intellectual capacity and the same interests? No. Everybody have different learning styles. I wonder if them ever sit down and look on the Bloom's taxonomy. Because them say them in an education ministry and them do this and them do that, you know. How many of them have ever sit down and look at the Bloom's taxonomy? You hear them talk about differentiated approach to learning. Then how you going to be differentiated when everybody in the same space? You have enough time as an educator, you have enough resources as an educator to do the differentiated approach to learning to cover 40 and 50 at Pitney every day. Man, go yeah, man. Me tell us some more time I listen to people with the education ministry forward, you know. And say some things, you know. I mean, I say, hold on. At this education system, and me working as a teacher. At this I said one, yeah. Them are people are talk about the same education when me been a part of. The same school system and me know about ya so. That one yeah, is must a parallel one, man. It's a parallel one them a talk about. Because them a joke, man. The youth them for do what them enjoy doing. You have to have schools that specializes in the content that they deliver, in the curriculum that they deliver, and students who have this interest or these interests goes to that school. Everybody I try to get 10, 13 CXE subject. How many of the CXE subject then will you get you ever use in your future, in your life? When a youth did want to be a musician, you give him 1 session of music for the week, but he might do 30 sessions of maths and English for the week. The man don't want no maths and English like that. You give the man the music and then you subsidize it with the maths and English. Because of music him want, him no want maths and English. The youth love agri-sci, but you give him one agri-sci class of the week and 30 class of maths and English. The youth love electrical installation, but you give him one class of electrical installation for the week and 100 class of maths and English. Because everybody need maths and English. For do what? The youth no want that. The youth want to do electrical installation. The youth want to do agri-sci. So that should be the focus. And then you do the maths and English to bring them to a level where they can operate in society. That's not rocket science in a family. Then we own out here a boss of the agricultural sector a suffer. Because we don't have a whole heap of qualified persons in agri-sci who not only know the practical but they know the theoretical aspect and then can do the thing. My God, big up on yourself. Right now we don't even know what clock a strike. I even clock stop strike about here. We don't hear clock a strike about here. Dark days. I'm telling them about the world of poetry, you know. There's a poem in there titled, "These are the dark times, my love." Remember that. Right now, Jamaica got through. These are the dark times. You understand? And the truth is that, you know, you normally see a glimmer of light at the end of the tunnel. That tunnel ain't got no end. So no light not did it. You see me? We have tried to uniformly cover everybody picnic, and everybody picnic don't operate the same way. Everybody picnic don't learn the same way. They don't learn at the same rate. They don't have the same interests. Specialized, brother. I'm gone still. You see me? M16 rifle and 148 rounds of ammunition found on church roof in Rockford. Guns go to church. You understand? But them a kill people in a church anyway. So I guess whoever put a gun on the church, that a 4C said the police now go look for it. So. You understand? Big up to the police then. Apparently they were acting on information. Big up to the people that were providing information to. You understand what I say? That's a part of the solution to the problem. You see me? Yeah, man. Law enforcers from the Kingston Eastern Police Division found one assault rifle and an assortment of ammunition on Oliver Road in Rockford on Wednesday, the 24th of February. Reports are that between the hours of 9 a.m. and 11 a.m., an intelligence-driven operation was conducted in the Oliver Road area when an M16 assault rifle had 148 5.56 rounds, along with 4 9mm magazines and 1 M16 magazine were found on the roof of a church. The gun and ammunition were all seized by law enforcers. 3 persons were taken into custody in relation to the find, and investigations into the discovery continue. I'm happy that people were arrested. Good. I'm happy the gun come off of the street. Words in the street, words from sources probably close to the area, has suggested that the person who was responsible for this gun was killed either the same day or the day after. I cannot verify that as it was not anything official. Somebody just, you know what I mean, show on some info and show me a picture of a man where them say was murdered the day or the day after, and at them man they did lock it off or they responsible for, and police take it away, so them burn him. See me? Not giving him a chance to replace it. So you know it thing go. If I saw it thing go, then I saw it thing go. I will not even say what I really want to say, but I am happy that the gun is off the street. I'm tired of the foolishness. 148 rounds of ammunition. I why the man them a fight about it. You understand what I say? How many people this gun has killed before? How many more people might have died because of this gun? You see what I'm upon? So I am happy that the gun is off the street. It's a simple thing. You understand? No, some people that feel that way when I say that, but it's just the truth. I wish military base down our JCF based down Oliver Road. which police training school down there or camp then. You understand? No, this follows on the heels of the police recovering, well, seizing a Woodmaster rifle in, I mean, the headlines that came out said that it was a sniper rifle. I mean, if you look on it, it have a scope on your name, something about. Technically, I don't know that you would classify it as a sniper rifle. It's really and truly a hunting rifle that has been affixed with a scope. I am not no gun expert, but I think I have seen enough and know enough to know that this is not technically quote unquote a rifle built to be a sniper rifle. What it is, it's a Woodmaster rifle and they have affixed a scope to it, which technically kind of make it have the potential and possibility to become a sniper rifle. I could be wrong. As means not no gun spurt. You understand? So this follows on the heels of the Savannah Lamar police in Westmoreland seizure of another rifle and several rounds of ammunition in Landilo Phase 1. Speaking about Landilo, it's who can me name down a Landilo? Hold on. You have to take bad things with jokes sometimes. Watch it. Landilo Phase 1 on Monday the 15th of February. So police reports in that incident are that about 8:10 p.m. a team was on patrol along the main road in the community when two men, one carrying a bag in his hand, were seen walking along the roadway. The man reportedly dropped the bag when he saw the police, and he and the other man fled the scene. The police say the area was searched, but the men were not seen. The bag was retrieved, and inside the team found a Remington Woodmaster with scope affixed and 11.308 rounds of ammunition. This, according to the police, and the search for the men continues. Big up to the police there. Yeah, son. Yeah, man. Yes, Rasta. Ay, sir. Landilo. Oh, Kerry them and say none of them can, and Rosie say no, she can name down a Landilo. Yo, Jaja, we should talk about the Landilo situation because you see, Puss and Dark now we see him look here, sir. Cause I now say the woman can lick me with a cutlass still, you know. But me don't see me get so much slap out of one cutlass from a woman unless I'm my mother. Yeah, son, me I say. And my mother, yeah, son, when she was alive, no. She that no wise. That don't wise. You understand? Cause when me sight the video first, and it's a shotgun, I fix with a scope. Simpson, me figure as much, brother. You see it? I don't know Rasta. You understand? I don't even know what going on a Landale. If it's not a gun, it's a cutlass. Something not right. You understand? Silver D said, teacher, I go run. If I'm a mother, you understand? First thing still, me no foresee me one female that drape me them type of way there. Sexually, then me take a one drape. You understand? From my empress. But that drape there, it no sense to all Rasta. It do even make no sense. You understand? So I don't know. I mean, I look for the drape there. Drape there. Me don't like it. I don't love that drape there, Rasta. You understand? And me I say a woman can drape me up under certain circumstances. And I mean, take a one drape. You see it? Cause yeah, so woman when you know what I mean, them mash works, them rough like, you will get a look rough up. But they be take that. But the next drape there, it no fit me. It no look good for me. You understand? Me not think it didn't work well with my personality at all. You understand? Yeah. I soon get round to that still. Soon get round to it. Clarendon man arrested in connection with cocaine bust. Yeah? So a Clarendon man has been arrested following the seizure of a Me done with this. Me never have one more gun story. Oh, yeah, man. I know me have one more gun story, man. So firearm seized and 25-year-old man held as cop stopped vehicle in Kingston. Big up to the police officers there, you know. We know a job rough. You understand, man? For stop call man name when they look for. Somebody I say, no name calling. Don't use my name, look no girl. You understand what I say? Yeah, man, that's true. I believe you. See? So you know, Kevin Warmington, 25-year-old of Fort Nugent Drive, Kingston 2, has been charged by the Denhamton police for breaches of the Firearms Act. That was on Friday the 19th of February. It's been a little while, but you know what I mean? The police have charged Warmington with illegal possession of firearm and illegal possession of ammunition after he was caught with a weapon and ammunition on Thursday the 18th of February. See? So reports are that about 4:55 p.m. along the Gordon Road in Kingston 14, members of the JCF conducted a snap operation along the above-mentioned road when a Nissan AD wagon motor car driven by Warmington was signaled to stop. You know, when you drive AD wagon and Probox, police are going to stop you. Because I saw a thing said. A search was conducted and the weapon, a 6-Sawyer 9mm pistol along with 12 9mm rounds was found. So he was arrested and charged. You know what I think? Miss Advisor, good night. Empress. Kim, I'll leave it there. Farmwell Medley, what I deal with you? Big up yourself, you know. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So, some guns off high street. You know, left some fool bare feet. You know what I think? Oh, and Voxy. Okay, that a go on. So as I said now, the Clarendon man was arrested in connection with the cocaine bust. So a Clarendon man has been arrested following the siege of a quantity of cocaine along Joe Walter Street in Kempshill in the parish on Saturday the 20th of February. Police reports are that about 3:30 p.m., cops ran operations in the area when a white Honda Civic motor car was intercepted. Sorry guys. The vehicle was subsequently searched and a bag containing what police say is about 2 pounds of cocaine was allegedly found under the passenger seat. The driver of the motor vehicle was taken into custody and the motor vehicle seized. Well, at least he never have a cocaine in her waist. Just saying. You understand? Yeah? You hear about Farmwell? Give thanks, man. I hope you and the family good enough. You see? So, peeps, I had intended to do a video on this today. I may still do it tomorrow. You understand? Because, you know, just to revisit the case, you know, I kind of have a local series. I'm going to revisit some strange cases and thing. On screen was everybody's favorite police. Well, was Jamaica's TV police. I suppose back in the days, most people's favorite police in them time it was Adams and Bigger Ford and Lewis and them and Nestle. But James Forbes was a favorite among citizens. He was somebody who was seen as very intelligent, no nonsense, and he was the face of the Crime Stop initiative, and he was earmarked by many to be potentially a commissioner of police in the future. Apparently, he ran into a little roadblock and he was convicted for on corruption charges and them something there. Somebody who was really missed from the force in truth. And even though many people are of the view that his indiscretion was not innocent, he was still highly revered, admired by many Jamaicans. Many Jamaicans, since the ruling was handed down today, has been asking whether or not Mr. Forbes will be going back into the police force. Through his lawyer, he has categorically stated that will never happen. You understand? As I said, he was the face of the police force at one point in time. he was on your TV, in your face, and he was a part of the team that was leading, spearheading the fight against crime in the country. I have a lot to say about the situation. However, I'll just treat with the latest development. I suppose also, after I have seen the written judgment from the Court of Appeals, I may be doing an overview, because these rulings are important for many different reasons, you know. You understand? These rulings may be used as case laws in the future and them something there and them things. I love the background. The background. Blessings. God bless. Yeah, I mean, I love Mr. Forbes, because I'm in the background. Like, you know, ask me background, because my green screen on still. But I guess I understand what you answer. So, James Forbes freed of corruption charge. I think I'll do the video tomorrow. The Court of Appeal has tossed out the corruption-related conviction of former senior cop James Forbes. So the appeal court ordered that the $800,000 fine he paid as a former senior superintendent is to be returned to him forthwith. The ruling was handed down during a virtual sitting of the court this morning. So Forbes was found guilty of attempting to pervert the course of justice by then senior resident magistrate Stephanie Jackson Hazley in 2014 after a trial in the then corporate criminal court. The charge stemmed from a meeting he admitted facilitating between businessman Bruce Bicknell, who is the boss, the owner of Tankwell Limited, and two police sergeants in his St. Andrew office. Phone at. So now, the meeting was held 4 days after the two policemen arrested Bicknell for allegedly offering them a $2,000 bribe during a traffic stop in East Kingston in April of 2012. $2,000. I know what that $2,000, man, and load the ticket thing. But me, I say, so much money did they on the ticket that what them feel like them did need to go through all of them things there. If the allegations are true, Ellie London, thanks for the contribution, Empress. Zine? Simpson saying get set up. But Forbes, who was head of the Jamaica Constabulary Force's Community Safety and Security Branch at the time, insisted through his attorneys that no agreement was reached at the meeting and that he was not aware at the time that Bicknell had been formally charged. Remember also that it is not just Bicknell and Forbes who was involved, but also the man himself. Not Alka, but yeah, the vase. Yeah, man. So Daryl was involved in the whole thing. Bicknell, Forbes allegedly. Well, him admits him keep the meeting, but no agreement was reached. But this is my thing though. A policeman with so much promise. A policeman that was so highly revered and admired. A policeman who many saw as becoming commissioner of police eventually. Why you never just make Bicknell go pay the fine at court and like, if you're a speed and police ticket you, then you not go to court go pay the fine, family. Why we need all of this something here? So I know people have said that Mr. Forbes was set up. The truth is that Mr. Forbes should have never organized a meeting. Nice. Make a man go to court go pay a ticket, brother. And that me I say. If you did a speed, you did a speed. You understand? And maybe he would have been commissioner of police right now. I suspect somewhere along the line. That's why they got him out of the race. But why would you get a man with so much potential out of the race? You don't want the betterment of the country. Not the betterment of the country you want. Who get him out of the race? Who mash up the race? Who mash up the race? You understand? Me I say, yo, brother, police catch you at speed. If you can't reason it out to the police them and you get a ticket, go pay a ticket and move on. But because you have a surname and a bank account, you feel like you can go pay one ticket. How much money was on the ticket? Me go into the story. Come on, how much money did they on the ticket? See? So many people are saying that Mr. Forbes, in his expertise as a mitigator and stuff, was trying to get the thing on a level. I don't know exactly what transpired in that meeting, that because him admits that the meeting was held. See? But the truth is, go pay a traffic ticket, brother, and move on. But remember, something happened before the meeting, but it has not been revealed. But Sir Mushet, he man, if you got pay him ticket, brother. You understand? Sir Forbes, he probably have good intentions, you know. But them say the road to hell is paved with good intentions here, brother. I, in recent times, had good intentions towards somebody who I really respected. And it turned out in my good intentions, Zine, I would have probably, inadvertently caused some things that should not happen. And there was a little fallout. Zine, and being the person that I am, if me I go do something and it is not for the betterment of the people them involved, me not go do it. Cause me no wish bad for nobody who are good people. Some man fit dead like still where I kill people and them people. But generally speaking, so me say more time I say the road to hell is paved with good intention. Me agree with that, DeAndre, 100%, brother. No meeting shouldn't keep, brother. Your man forgot a court, go pay him ticket. You understand? You know from them said Sir Darrell Vaz get involved. You have to be careful how you call all Darrell name, because he must sue all himself. You understand? Because you don't have to call them man the name. You see me? Pay a ticket. How much money was on the ticket? Me go find out. Because that ticket there must be expensive. Almost $1 million speeding ticket that. And when did I drive? One Concorde did I drive for the road? Or is a Formula One Ferrari? Because I agree, but because Big Nell said something to the sergeant at the time, he went to Forbes to act as a mediator. Oh, Sir Mushet look like him have some info, you know. Jaja. Why you look? Jaja. Monka says it has observed persistent efforts to gain unauthorized access to the JAMCOVID website and go on. But if everybody can access it, why them things that people now go try to go in there? Simple Dan Brown. Why I don't even know. No meeting should not keep Rasta. Argument done. You understand? No meeting should not keep. The man for go pay him fine. Whatever I'm say, make a court sort it out. Or if the police feel that something was said that he can be charged, then you charge him. If not, then you go pay him court thing and gone. You understand? Like, the man good career mash up over. Boy, I don't even know Rasta. Big up Sir Forbes. Sir Forbes seem like a man with good intentions and a man with it mean well for the country and wanted the best for the country and wanted to stem the tide of crime in this country. And unfortunately, he just get caught up and probably was in too deep. And probably with politicians getting involved or politician getting involved, he probably was placed in a position. I mean, I pick up female, I mean, that's a reason what the thing. In a position where he probably himself was uncomfortable. You understand? Was not in favor of Forbes and it was dating back from the 90s. Okay, Sir Mushet, give thanks. Appreciate the insights. You see him? Jaja. Speaking about politician, you see? You see? This fella on screen, I hope you don't see him. Yeah, brother, like, Former JLP councillor get 3 years for a gun charge. I wonder if he was an MP, he then get that. Councillor don't really nobody like that. This is an MP. You have to wonder sometimes. You understand? You have to wonder. Hindsight is 2020 vision. That's a truth still. We can always look back and say, yo, if I did know, if I did do it differently. Yeah, which is true, Sir Mushet. That is true. You can't deny that. You understand? Blessings for the parchment where I deal with it. Former Jamaica Labour Party councillor of the Ensom City Division in St. Catherine, Barrington Bailey, was on Thursday sentenced to 3 years in prison on a gun charge. Bailey had previously pleaded guilty to breaching the Firearms Act in the gun court on the 26th of October. And then just a sentencing. Bombard. Bailey, who is of Gordon Pen address in the parish, was arrested more than 2 years ago. The police reported at about 5:40 p.m. on February 10, 2019, Bailey was driving an Acura motor car along Old Harbour Road in the parish when he was signaled to stop at the police security checkpoint. The police said that the vehicle was subsequently searched and 2 handguns discovered. Remember a story of trainer. One of the weapons was reportedly unlicensed. Bailey, who served as counsellor from 2012 to 2016, was subsequently arrested on suspicion of illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. Now, following an investigation, the police submitted a file to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, which ruled that Bailey be formally charged. So the matter was first mentioned in the St. Catherine Parish Court and subsequently transferred to the Gun Court, where he pleaded guilty last year. I guess a guilty plea kind of reduce the sentence. We soon talk about the whole sentencing, guilty plea, reduction, all sort of something there, because it has created quite a stir. Man say PNP police hold him. So yeah, so if I did labor right police for that their road, I would hope not. I would hope from a police is a police, irrespective of political preference and affiliations and association. Yeah, sir? Jaradan, manners. So, councillor say him guilty, Rasta, and him get 3 years. Him good as 3 months and come out for good behavior. You don't know what I think of. Yeah, sir? I truth is not like me I tell nobody about it. I not tell lie upon nobody, you know. Yes, sir. You know, so there's a war of words currently going on between the police and the Chief Justice, and I saw the DPP also technically siding with the police in an article. I never done read the article to them. I talk about that Sunday night. And I've seen where Natalie Nita Robinson and Peter Champagny has sided technically with the Chief Justice, and they have said something that I have been saying for a while, that in truth and in fact, the judges are governed by sentencing guidelines. The politicians are my problem. You understand? Because of them making laws then. But alright. Sentencing postponed for relatives in murder of Tamara Geddes. So the sentencing of the 3 family members who pleaded guilty in relation to the contract killing of Tamara Geddes at her house in Trelawney has been pushed back to next week, Tuesday. The hearing was set for today in the Trelawney Circuit Court but had to be postponed. So the deceased woman's sister, 39-year-old Nadeem Geddes, and their daughters, 22-year-old Shanice Ruddock, and their 16-year-old sister pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit murder on the 8th of February. Main one, thanks for the contribution, my brother. Give thanks every time. You know, I appreciate the support. You know what I mean? I think of the 3 females this. I think. Alright. So you know, we shall there. So the police had reported at about 8:30 p.m. on June 19, 2020, Tamara Geddes and their 10-year-old daughter were at home when a masked gunman forced his way inside the house and held them up. The gunman demanded money and proceeded to rob Geddes of $16,000 in cash and their 2 cell phones. He then demanded sex, and when his request was denied, he opened fire at Geddes, killing her on the spot, and then fled the scene. Suspicion soon turned to Ruddock and their daughters, who were subsequently arrested. They reportedly confessed to the murder and implicated 2 other men, Brian Shelley and Rexon Knott. Shelley is accused of killing Geddes in the presence of her young daughter. He remains in custody after being remanded by the court when he appeared on the 8th. Knott, who was also charged in connection with the killing, was freed by the court because there was not enough evidence to tie him to the incident. After his release, Knott said that he was wrongly implicated in the killing. I'm sure. Not saying not involved. Speaking about sentence delays, I had intended to do a video about this one of them time, but you know, it thinks teach you should interview the family. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. If the opportunity becomes available, then maybe I seize it. But I don't know if it's something I don't really go look for. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sentencing delayed for a man guilty of Simone Collimore's killing. And thing. An incomplete social inquiry report for the man who pleaded guilty to murdering St. Andrew businesswoman Simone Campbell Collimore and her taxi driver 3 years ago has delayed his sentencing. So 24-year-old laborer, no doubt, Wade Blackwood pleaded guilty to 2 counts of murder, 2 counts of illegal possession of firearm, and 2 counts of illegal possession of ammunition last month. He appeared in the Home Circuit Court on Friday and the sentencing was rescheduled for March 11. I don't know the situation. Campbell Collimore, 32 and 36-year-old taxi operator Winston Watson were shot dead at a premises on Stanley Terrace in Red Hills, St. Andrew on the 2nd of January 2018. The police theorized that the murder was a contract killing that her husband, Omar Bess Collimore, is believed to have been at the heart of, and Collimore and 3 other now accused persons, Michael Adams, Dwayne Pink, and Shaquille Edwards, were arrested and charged with alleged involvement in the killings. All 4 accused persons remain before the court on double murder charges stemming from the gun attack. Yeah? And we know that Omar Collimore was arrested during a police operation at a guest house in St. Elizabeth in February of 2018 after the murder, including a dramatic video of an incident, was widely publicized and it was announced that a warrant had been issued for his arrest. You see me? So prior to being held in St. Elizabeth, Collimore had been taken into custody at the Norman Mann International Airport in Kingston, where he was reportedly attempting to leave the island after the killing. However, he was later released from custody. Jaja. I remember this story inside out because here we go on. We Life, big up yourself. This was one of the stories that I covered in the early stages of the channel. As a matter of fact, I think I was the first person who actually did a video giving some background information on Omar Collimore. In Jamaica, seeing that he would have been present when his first wife was killed in the United States a few years ago. You'd have received insurance money and the whole back, because he was shot and injured at an insurance company in New Kingston. Apparently, he went there to submit documents to apply for life insurance on the life of his dead wife and them something. So I have journeyed with this story and things. So it was one of the story and it was sad to your family. You understand what I say? Yeah, man. Yes, right. Alright, so I made mention of this just now. We'll talk about it a little. So police reportedly upset because of light sentence for alleged gangster. So there's anger in sections of law enforcement following the move by the court to sentence an alleged gangster to 9 months in prison after he was found guilty of illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. The convict, Jamar Bartley, was sentenced in the St. Ann Parish Court. So police sources say Bartley is believed to be a member of the feared Hollywood gang which operates in St. Ann and its environs. Bartley is otherwise known as Tatty. He will only spend an additional month in prison because he was first detained and remanded 8 months ago. Bartley is from an area of Steertown, St. Ann, which is known as Hollywood. He's been, well, let me get that right. He has been on the radar of the police for several years in connection with several murders and shootings allegedly committed by the gang. He was charged in July of 2020 for illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. Barley was arrested and charged after he was pursued and intercepted by members of the Joint Police Military Operation and found in possession of a loaded illegal gun. He pleaded guilty and was sentenced to under a year in prison. It is understood that the perceived light sentence is not being well received by members of the JCF, who were lamenting the seriousness and the nature of gun crimes in Jamaica and the short space of time within which some gangsters are allowed to return to the streets. Yeah, Lenny man, I know that, man. As I say, I would have covered the story on a level. Now, even though the sentencing guidelines are created in Parliament, a judge still has space to maneuver in these things. And I don't know how you can find a man with a loaded gun and he serve only 9 months. That can't make no sense. You understand? Then people are continue for dead, because if you know say you kill some people and you have your gun and 9 months you get, then you're not good then, man. You understand? 9 months a party, you go be a party keep a prisoner right now, more party keep a prison than a road, you know. You just go party for 9 months and forward back. Behave yourself when you come out after 3 months with good behavior. But I suspect that I have seen, well, let me say it this way. I have seen many cases like these where men have been released from prison after serving light sentences who have been on the police's radar, and them never really last very long after them come out. So, just say it. Now, the Chief Justice has dismissed criticisms of light sentence to accused gangsters. So Chief Justice Brian Sykes has responded to recent reports of disquiet among some members of the constabulary about what they contend are light sentences handed down in some courts. At the same time, he said in due course, entities on the prosecution side who are dissatisfied with a ruling will have recourse. You know, prosecutors cannot appeal a ruling. Only defense counsels can appeal rulings in Jamaica. So from the prosecution lose the case, then can't appeal. Yeah? I have no problem with criticisms of judges, but we must have all the information before we criticize. And in any event, the solution to this is a simple one, which the ministry is addressing. Namely, right of appeal by the Crown. So all of these things will be addressed in due course, he stated. So apparently the prosecution will be given the opportunity to appeal cases in the future that they lose. Interesting. Presently, in Jamaica, the Crown has no right to appeal. Now, Director of Public Prosecutions, Paula Llewellyn QC, and at least 2 of her predecessors have made that appeal to Parliament in times past to no avail. The Chief Justice's comments follow on a recent ruling where an alleged gang member was sentenced to 9 months for illegal possession of firearm and ammunition before the St. Ann Parish Court, sparking complaints from lawmen. So the disquiet was supposedly amplified by the fact that the convicted man who pleaded guilty for illegal possession of firearm and ammunition would only spend 1 more month in prison due to the fact that he has been detained for 8 months already. The Chief Justice, speaking at the contract signing for the construction of a family court in that parish on Wednesday morning, said the criticisms was not grounded in facts. Because he must say if the police, them suspects of the man in a gang, them forget information and put it in front of the courts and blah, blah, blah. The fact of the matter is, Mr. Sykes, really Sykes, Mr. Sykes, a man held with a loaded illegal gun cannot serve 9 months, brother. So no matter what else you got to tell me, could I plead guilty for now till thy kingdom come? Based on the crime situation in Jamaica, you can't All a man with a gun and him served 9 months, brother. Next thing, was there any ballistic test done on that gun? Did it show any evidence of being involved in any other crimes? Like, and as I've said many times, I understand the importance of the plea bargaining legislation in the dispensation of justice. Yeah? I understand. However, I am also of the view that the plea bargaining legislation should not be available for every single situation. It may sound a way, but that is just my view on the matter. You feel what I say? Because someone do some serious things about it and I plead guilty. You understand me? And I spend church service time in a prison and come back around. Now, police arrest 40-year-old woman seen beating man with machete in viral video. The Westmoreland police have arrested and charged a 40-year-old woman who was seen in a viral video on social media beating a man with a machete during a dispute. Sharnette Althea Beckford, a vendor of a Petersfield address in Westmoreland, was arrested and charged with assault occasioning bodily harm. The woman, who is known to the man, was arrested following the receipt of a report on February 13 for the incident which took place on the 7th of February. In the viral video, Beckford was seen beating the man with a machete all over his body to include the back of his head and hands as he attempted to ward off the blows being inflicted. Beckford could be heard in the video accusing the victim of carrying her name elsewhere down a land dial. The man was also heard denying the claims. Now, Deputy Superintendent of Police Adrian Hamilton, who is in charge of operations for the Westmoreland Police Division, is advising the public to seek amicable alternate avenues to resolve their disputes instead of resorting to violence. The superintendent, who confirmed with correspondents that Beckford is now in custody, is urging persons to find peaceful ways of settling their disputes. The victim, who had reportedly complained of experiencing back pains, then my back hurt me, then let me see watch the video, then feedback must have hurt him, had visible scars to his left shoulder, for which he sought and received medical attention. So Beckford is booked to make an appearance in the Westmoreland Parish Court in Sav on the 16th of March. I am thinking that the gentleman did not want to hit that lady. When me look upon him, that is the only solution me can come up with to the problem. Yeah, son? Because I don't know Rasta. Because him and all I say, when the woman I lick me for like, I don't know Rasta. See? But I guess you see, you know people still in a cause. That woman would never dare try that with someone. You understand? And as I've told you guys before, I made a vow. That I will never hit a woman again. I'm tell us I'm kind of an experience in high school and I didn't feel good about it after a while. However, if my life is in danger any at all, a woman drape me like that with a cutlass, then she will get it. May I tell you? And may I say this public, and one time me a lick her. For days she confused. Drape up who and lick who? You're a fool, man. For days she a search for her sense them because she's senseless. Eh? Because I now say, I can't get a one lick, you know. Because you will get a lick, you know. I can't tell you that, you know. Because more than you don't even expect a lick, you know. You understand? The next thing you know, I'll be a lick a reach you. Because you didn't expect it. But me I say, you know. I now foresee it. Because you see, the thing is, if it was the man who drape her and slap her out of the cutlass, mass condemnation would then go on about the place. I would then hear this and that and them something there. You understand what I say? And we then condemn the man and the man are wicked and I show them my sister, my mother and them boy they fit dead and them something there. And me said for days she look for days. Then she recover after me lick her too. You understand? And I won't lick me a lick. I must a fool, man. Drape up. Yeah, my mother. Yeah, I idiot. We don't play that. Because first thing, me not drape you, so you can't drape me. Dante said that was about they killed before. Fire lick cross over back with which cutlass. You're a fool. You're mad, man. But people still are condemn the man. But what the man do? Me assume, sir, Herbert say never want to lick her rasta. Are the only thing that me can come up with. You understand? You know safe Garfield. You don't safe rasta. See? And as me say, when I abuse females and all, these lovely ladies them. But when a lady put me in a position like that, you know, me have to defend myself. Then she go lose. Me I tell her that. You understand what I say? Cause as simple as you see thing, go and get chopped, you know. You understand? But in care alter name down a land dialogue, she say yes, sir. She name please. Cause when I watch the extended version of the video, you kinda hear some things. So it look like one heap of long story mix up. You know, we even getting at them something there. You see me? You see me? I say man can't man name go. I don't even know. I don't even know Rasta. Boy, if it could end badly. If him or for the lady. See? But me I pray him know him can lick him to yasa. Cause that's rough. You understand? Lottery scammer offers cop $300,000 to avoid prosecution. I mean, me say a man offer cops $2,000, so then 300 grand not too bad then when you compare. And then them man they offer $2,000, them man they rich like. Allegedly offered $2,000. A lottery scammer and this co-conspirator were this month sentenced for the breaches of the Law Reform, Fraudulent Transactions, Special Provisions Act when they pleaded guilty in the St. James Parish Court. You see, we have a million act and we not act on the act them. Never mind. They are Dalton Fleming and co-conspirator Ken Troy McLean. No, lie. Ken Troy McLaren of a Sav Westmoreland address. So now, the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency MOCA noted that when Fleming was informed of the likely offenses, he offered to bribe a member of the team $300,000 to avoid prosecution. Fleming was sentenced to 18 months imprisonment and to pay a fine of $300,000. So the $300,000 when did offer the government wanted. He was also fined $200,000 or 6 months imprisonment for breaching the Corruption Prevention Act. So $500,000 that. Meanwhile, McLaren was sentenced to 3 years imprisonment, suspended for 2 years, with supervision and to pay a fine of $200,000 or 6 months imprisonment. So these sentences were handed down following guilty pleas on the 20th of January this year by both men to the offenses of possession of identity information. Fleming also pleaded guilty to bribery. You understand? So reports are that MOCA and the Jamaica Customs Agency's contraband enforcement team conducted a joint operation at the Donald Sankers International Airport where both men were observed collecting packages from the FedEx office. The men were reportedly accosted and a search of packages revealed a bank card bearing the credentials of a female. The agency said the operation continued at the premises occupied by both Fleming and McLaren, where several phones and other devices used in lottery scamming activities were seized. Both men were subsequently arrested. Well done to the police officers them. You understand? Blessings, sir. Mushet, give thanks. Appreciate the support, brother. You understand? Guidance. Well done to MOCA. Wanna deal with the thing on a level. You understand? Man who killed ex-girlfriend in gasoline attack must serve time before parole eligibility. Then no must. So the Court of Appeal has affirmed the 40-year-old the 40-year parole eligibility period imposed on a St. Catherine man who doused his ex-girlfriend with gasoline, then set her on fire after he found another man at her house. Christopher Locke, 41, was sentenced in 2017 to life imprisonment and ordered to serve 40 years before he becomes eligible for parole for the gruesome killing of Sanchez Clayton, 24 years old, in October of 2011. That's a good question, Empress Andrea. Very good question. Wrong person you ask. Locke and Clayton were involved in an intimate relationship which started from she was 13 years, according to evidence presented at his trial. She was killed 3 months after she ended the relationship. Attorneys for Locke challenged the 40-year eligibility period, arguing that it was outside the normal range of sentence and was manifestly excessive. So when him light the woman and set her afire, that never manifestly excessive. Scotty Knight says, he did not challenge the conviction. However, the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, which defended the appeal, countered that any reduction would be overly lenient. Prosecutor Andrea Martin Swaby outlined that during Locke's trial that he turned up uninvited and unannounced at Clayton's home on October 30, 2021 and found another man in her room. The other man reportedly ran from the room after they started fighting. Locke told Clayton that he was going to kill her before leaving the house. He returned 15 minutes later with a bottle containing a liquid believed to be gasoline and began chasing her around the house. When he caught up with her, Locke poured the liquid on Clayton, then used a lighter to set her on fire. Jaja. So he showed no mercy. Now he wants to be showed mercy. Mercy. Me like no mercy, me not get it back yet. Jaja. The woman left him. Then left. 3 months ago. The woman move on and I get her groove on. Alright, never mind. But what me I try to say? Because it's a serious situation, so I believe I try to put no joke in it. She got the woman yard. And a female yard didn't catch man in her house, you know. Him got the woman yard and the woman have her man apparently. Him and the man start fight, the man take away himself. Him tell the woman say him a kill her. Him go away and come back with gas. No, the truth of the matter is that, you know, if it was up to me, at the same way and kill the woman, him a dead, you know. Gas me and gas him and light him, you know. Chuck Fender, big up yourself. You understand? No, me have to take care, I feed this man every day. And you, 3 point something million for one convict in the penal system in Jamaica yearly. $3.8 million. Marriott, me say, a gas and light if you get gas and light, brother. Same way. Argument done. I remember saying not even challenge a conviction, you know. You just accept it, because I know. Yo, I don't know I'm to your brother them about here, you know. You understand? I don't know I'm to the man them rasta. The man them just make, yo, then chip just licks up. Buy your next chip, man. You understand? The man then chip expose. The man then chip a malfunction. I may always tell people, when people say they might kill you, don't take it for a joke. You understand? I guess him probably even take her serious. She never take him serious. A man lie to woman. Gas her light her rasta. How cruel. That is incredibly cruel, and I rather think about it. Any more reduction in sentence. Enzo's a teacher can go on. What you mean, Enzo? What you mean? Talk to me. What you mean? What you mean? What you mean? Say man, head easy if it, trip easy if you lick. My lord, you are going, man. There are 3 things appointed unto every man. Taxes, debt, and bond. Me tell you, I repeat it. There are 3 things in life appointed unto every man. Tax, you have to pay that. Debt, you have to dead. And bond, from you have woman along the line. Somewhere along the line, you get little. You might not know you get it, but you get it. Somewhere along the line. Somewhere along the line, bond a run. You understand? So you just have to just brace yourself. See? And as far as I know, every man will get bond, give bond. Then how you feel about it, no same say you think you man feel about it, then she not no feelings. When I say enough man will get bond, give bond. Most of the man that will get bond, give bond. This is just the truth of the matter. You understand? When bond fall, it fall for everybody else stop. Then you think you have decromastic, you know, fall pan in, like how you fall pan sink, you afford. Because some man feel like they can't get bond. Eh? Some man feel like them are the greatest thing. You're a fool. You are an idiot. You see the next man girl. I think if you're alone girl, boy you can't get bun. But you can't get next man bun and you can't get bun. Bun not choose pass where to walk, brother. Bun just walk. So if I bun thing, I go say you know me can go and talk. We need for easy. Because most of the man them we kill woman, but also woman cheat pan them and give woman them bun. I truth. Me as a man. It's a truth. We fit up a foolishness. Chances are when a woman get a one look bun like $1 million bun she get from your brother. Teach what persons in states doing less than that and getting 400 years. Jamaica need to do better. Me don't disagree with your broski. See, now you know the worst thing about it. You see the most cruel man them are the man that will give most bun. You understand? Most of the man when you say a kill woman but woman give them bun, and them give them woman the most bun about you. Left the woman them man. The woman's on the left. First thing you do with the Empress when she had 13 is a crime that by itself. Then she then charge him for that too. Give him one next 40 years. Carnal abuse. Brother, right now, the truth of the matter is that whether you know it or you don't know it, you get some bun already or you get some. So you just figure that out. You understand? And know say easy day you stay with the woman or you left her there because bun when bun run, bun not done. You can't stay there. You don't want to give man bun and you can't get bun. Then bun not sleep on nobody's yard. Bun a man sleep there. You're an idiot. Hey, we can move on. Because you see, you can't walk around and give be a bun and things say bun can't reach you, you a fool. Like my greatest girlist ever. And no bun. But that sad cylinder Marriott, enough of that one for two in a broski. The woman left a man, but the man not left a woman. You see me, I say? You see me? As me I say, peeps, you see bun thing here, it's rough. Because enough man can't deal with that something there. You see? Enough man can't deal with it neither. But you have to just brace yourself. Hope for the best and prepare for your worst. And that me I talk about in other life. Yeah. No man now go feel good if they get born. What's all you go catch him, man? But me never in a situation that yet still, you know. Me know me get some bun along the way still. Then cause after, you understand? Me not immune to bun. Me never see no man yet still. Zane and thing. I mean, it's easy if you say, oh, you then treat with it still. But me I'm pretty sure me then alive right now still. Me I say, yo brother, here we are the man. Come go on about your business here, man. And come out of my house. Maybe not still, but I do it for the rest. You see me? If I in my house, me don't know. But if I road, then we just go ways. You see me? Because right now, prison thing, I know my type of thing. You see me? So the truth is you don't know you're going to react until you're in a situation still. But how you condition your meds now, you know so you are going, you prepare yourself for any eventuality. As I say, you prepare for the best and hope for the worst. So you know so when the worst come, you have a little preparation on your belt. You see me? You might get dark on a level and some things go on about. Nobody kill you woman, brother. And nobody kill a man neither. And nobody kill yourself. Someone are idiot, you know. And you kill yourself. And the next man, then she still got sex, brother. You think she got bury her or something with you? You're a fool. You there in prison. You kill all the next man. You there in prison. And she just find a next man and a next man and a next man. You kill every man. Teach until it reach a doorstep, then you will understand. Brother, as me done tell you, you prepare for the best and hope for the worst. You understand? I not kill no man over no bun, brother. I not kill no woman over no bun. So no matter what kind of doorstep you reach, I not kill nobody over no bun, brother. See me I say? That don't make no sense. Because if you think say she a bury her sitting with you, or she a sitting come to prison with you, you're fool. You understand? The next man have that up, wild that and style that you can't stay there. You must say, kill every man. It don't make no sense, brother. You see me? Teta Millie. One of them time I talk to you about that brother there, one of them time. You see me? Of course it's going to hurt you. And if you read the Empress, of course it's going to cut you up. But what you going to do? Go to prison. And then you have 1 million more, man. Then that don't make no sense, brother. Then I waste of time. Just like how she find the next one, or you can't find the next woman. Woman done. Vehicle recovered, alleged car thieves nabbed with eye of Jamaica. With aid of Jamaica. Oh, I read that just now. So them things are going. Man who confessed to 2018 killing of woman and taxi driver to be sentenced in March. So the man who confessed to killing, they're long stories. I see him stories, Mary. I see one stories. Man charged for murder of ship worker in Manchester. So the police have charged for murder one of the suspects taken into custody for the death of 45-year-old ship worker Jeremy Hendricks of Silent Hill in Manchester. So 39-year-old Andre Young, a farmer of Silent Hill, has also been charged with conspiracy to murder. So the Mandeville police reported that about 12:30 a.m. on February 8th, Hendricks went to a shop when he was attacked, beaten and set on fire by men who had guns and machetes. Mr. Hendricks died on Tuesday. The other men are currently being sought by the police. Jaja God. Boy. Soldier among 5 shot on Elsha Main Road, 1 death from the incident. So a man was killed and 4 others were injured during a shooting incident about 5:15 p.m. on Tuesday along the Elsha Main Road at the intersection of the East Mid Street in the vicinity of a popular hardware store in Portmore, St. Catherine. So the deceased has been identified as Winston Sokeni Jones of a Greater Portmore, St. Catherine address. So the gunshot victims included a private in the Jamaica Defence Force. Another of the gunshot victims is a motorcyclist of a Kingston 11 address. So reports are that the motorcyclist from Kingston and another man were traveling on a bike when they rode up to a white station wagon motor car, and there was an exchange of gunfire, which resulted in the motorcyclist and other bystanders being shot. The injured persons were all rushed to the Spanish Town Hospital, where Jones was pronounced dead. Jaja God. This story is a strange story. Because I want to sound like a be illegal gun shooting going on. So, well, there's a soldier there, so I don't know if he's a licensed firearm holder. May I hear also somebody who gets shot, their mother was heading to the scene of the crime and she crashed. I don't know what her status is. The madness never stops. It just never stops. Just never stop, Rasta. Passenger fatally shot by a bus driver in St. Thomas. A St. Thomas man is dead following an altercation that broke out on a bus plying the downtown Kingston to Yallas Road. The police are yet to confirm the identity of the deceased. So it is reported that sometime after 8 o'clock on Thursday evening, an argument developed between the man who was a passenger and the driver of a Toyota Coaster bus. On reaching the Albion community in St. Thomas, the argument escalated and the male passenger allegedly attacked the bus driver with a knife. Oh, okay. The driver, who is said to be a licensed firearm holder, then reportedly pulled his weapon and shot the passenger. The injured man was rushed to hospital where he was pronounced dead. The Gleaner was informed that the bus driver was an off-duty policeman and that he told investigators that he acted in self-defense. The incident has been reported to the Independent Commission of Investigations. Interesting development. We'll watch and see how it goes. Robber shot. Gun seized during Manchester hold-up. So a robber was shot on a Taurus 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 11 9mm rounds of ammunition, handed over to the police following a reported hold-up in the Lincoln district. Mandeville, Manchester on Monday, February 22nd. Now, reports from the Mandeville police are at about 9:15 p.m. A man was in his yard when he was approached by a man armed with a firearm who proceeded to rob him of cash amounting to $100,000. Police reports are that the licensed firearm holder, who was in close proximity, intervened and allegedly shot the would-be robber who ran, leaving the illegal weapon behind. The police were alerted and the illegal firearm and ammunition handed over to them. The complainant escaped unearthed. Investigations continue. Zizu, big up yourself. Yes, Rasta. Gunshot start take him skin like disease. You understand? Him run and start wheeze. Yes, Rasta. I tell you, sir, every man a bad man until gunshot start beat after them, you know. You understand? See, enough of them a run left them gun them. You know, see what I go on. You didn't even remember saying got it. Take him and take for himself. Big up yourself, licensed firearm holder. Give thanks. You see me? I have long stated that if you pay attention to the crime statistics in the country, most of the violent crimes are being perpetrated by boys ages 16 to 25. No, when I first saw this story, I was not in any way, shape, or form surprised. What I was is very intrigued about a few things. As cops arrest 16-year-old who is an alleged gang leader. Man run left them bail book, man run left them gun. Yo, 16-year-old gang leader. Let that sit. Let that sit for a little while. Let it marinate. Marinate. Not about marinate. Marinate. A 16-year-old boy who it is alleged is the leader of the latest criminal gang, the Bedbugs gang. Then me could then go in a gang named Bedbug gang. When I heard the name of the gang, I say I must be a little bit in that gang. Because I say, no big man could have never gone on a gang named Bedbug gang. Like, what do you think about it? Like, talk it true. Them all send somebody, you know, the boss around a bug squad say you have to join the program. How does that kick him down? Man, move first, yeah, man. Bedbug. Bugites. Buggies. Bug squad. Jaja. The son of a former one or the young leader. But know some things in a finance. As I say, you know, say me tell us 90% of the things when I say 10% of the things I know, you know. You understand? I just choose what to say and what not to say. Because, you know, unlike some people, teach them out there, teach them is known. You understand? The world know upon a level like. So, you see me? And we don't really take nothing for granted still. So sometimes, despite knowing so many things, they just keep it upon a level. Yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of people out there who are able, based on their methods and ways of saying things. You understand? But I do intend to live my life in hiding. That don't make no sense to me. You see me? So, we just keep the thing moving. But we know a lot of things, man. Like we get the info them, we get the picture them, we know what go on. We just, you have to wise. Remember, we have a family to and them something. And so my man, them are idiot. But if it was me alone, no, not really, you know what I mean? But we have family, brother. We have kids and them something. So we just, you have to wise. Open up your eyes. You understand? And realize. The teenager is the son of a former leader of another of the notorious criminal gangs which operates out of Spanish Town. His father was fatally shot by a gunman in 2006, and 15 years later, the son is believed to have emerged as the leader of the new gang, which has been linked to several criminal activities in recent months. According to the Jamaica Observer sources, members of the gang armed with high-powered weapons recently robbed several vendors in the town's market before demanding extortion money from some merchants. The sources say the activities of the gangsters have come to the attention of the police, with the cops now carrying out operations targeting them. So the Constabulary's Corporate Communications Unit had reported that the St. Catherine North Police have dealt a significant blow to the Bedbugs gang, which has been responsible for a recent flare-up of violence in the division. Intergenerational, that is the word, Kev. Yeah. Now, according to the CCU, as the counter-gang strategy continues in the division, several operations have been conducted with the aim of disrupting the activities of the gangsters and protecting the lives and livelihoods of people of Spanish Town and its environs. The CCU said 3 young men believed to be members of the gang were taken into custody following a series of technology and intelligence-driven operations in Rivoli, Windsor Road, and other nearby communities. It is further reported that about 4:45 on the day in question, a joint police military operation was launched in the El Prado Vista community in Spanish Town, which resulted in the arrest of the teenage reputed gang leader. This came after a similar operation on Wednesday in the River Valley community. And during that operation, a group of men fled upon seeing the police military team, and members of the team chased and eventually accosted them. A Strom Ruger pistol along with a magazine containing 14 9mm rounds was reportedly taken from 18-year-old Shanard Allen, otherwise known as 21, who hails from a Spanish Town address and is an alleged member of the Bedbugs gang. 1 week earlier, during a targeted operation, the police arrested 23-year-old music producer Damel Edwards, better known as Bash or D, of a Windsor Road address. He was reportedly held with a 9mm pistol and 15 rounds of ammunition. And Spanish Town is also home to the notorious One Order and the Klansman gangs. The St. Catherine Police Division has recorded almost 20 murders since the start of the year. 16-year-old gang leader. It just never stops. Just never stops, man. And the wickedest thing about this, you see them youth here, you know, make no sense to negotiate or plead to them money and kill them money, come for killing them, them money heartless, you know. And I like some other man from them time back where you could have all the reason all the thing. Them man in a business with you. You understand what I say? A dirty man them thing, the brother, the man them cruel. You see me that one? So his father died as a gang leader, and he plans to die as a gang leader. Alright, so. Man in custody after gun battle with police in Riverton City. A man who allegedly engaged the police in a gun battle near the Riverton City landfill on Wednesday has been taken into custody. An illegal firearm was reportedly seized following the incident. Now, according to reports, about 3 p.m., the police responded to reports of a robbery. The cops are reportedly confronted by armed men, and this led to a gun battle at the swamp near the landfill, and the suspect was later captured. Man shot dead near U entrance. A man was fatally shot near the entrance to the University Hospital of the West Indies, St. Andrew on Wednesday. Investigators reported that shortly after 7 a.m., a man identified as Junior Bryce was walking along Golding Avenue when a car with men drove up. A man alighted and shot Mr. Bryce. He died at the University Hospital. Yeah? Hey, Cams, how are you? It's good to see you. Peeps, you know, a few months ago, I got a message on Instagram from one cakey militant. And he, you know, as many people normally say, you know, they're a fan of the channel and them love the work and thing. And he was doing something at the time. I don't remember what it was. But all he was asking me to do was to do a job for him, helping to promote the thing. I haven't heard anything yet, Rosie. And so busy I was that I did not get the chance to do it, because I had promised him that I would do it. And I did not get around to doing it for him. It's not somebody who I have met before. I just, as I said, he would have reached out to me on IG, as many people tend to do. And then I realized that he was also in the media field, as he worked on Best FM. And he does stage shows in terms of being host on car shows and stuff. Then, so when I got the video the other evening where the taxi was shut up, I got a picture. And then I said to myself, then, how would I brother feel a cakey militant so? I said, but then I was doing something. I know try murder still, and more time not to do the murder video them these days and them something. I kind of just, you know, I think that was a day that I was carpeting off the studio too. Cause I remember Friday night, sound like they done now and deep O like. I don't even tell me how I sound since, so I had to carpet off the floor to try and kill the reverb. Still have a few things to do to try and dry up the audio. So that is a technical term. You dry your room. We kind of learn the thing. So the room is still a little bit moist, damp, and things. So I was treating with that. And then next morning now, I was sent a few more pictures, and they said that these are the persons who were killed in the car in Clarendon. I said, but hold on, it's cakey. It sound good, teach, no echo. Then I know a thing, man. Can a 16-year-old killer be reformed? Possibly, Teta Millie, possibly, if the right programs are put in place and the right people are placed around him and he's placed in the care of the right people, I suppose it's a possibility. And that's when I confirmed that it was him. See? So passenger reportedly shoots 2 friends dead in taxi in Clarendon. There are still conflicting reports and stuff, but I'll just share this article. So the Jamaica Constabulary Forces Information Arm, the CCU, has confirmed the shooting death of 2 men in the Lioneltown area of southern Clarendon on Tuesday. However, few confirmed details of the circumstances surrounding the double murder were available at the time this article was posted. So there are a few things that have been said since then. Voice notes are circulating. People are saying things. Some people are saying that a female may have been involved, but I don't know. Like anything I tell you, I'll be telling you a lie. I really don't know. I've not taken the time out to do any research or to make any links or whatever. I'm just tired of the murders and people. Like seriously, is it me? Sure. So reports are that a single shooter who is thought to have been a passenger in a taxi that both now deceased persons were traveling in, shot them and escaped from the scene. I have heard different versions of that. The 2 men, one of whom was the driver of the taxi, reportedly died on the spot. One of the men has been identified as Kirk Taylor, OC Cakey Militant. I think he got that name because he used to sell pastry at one point in time. Look like a real hustler. A popular radio broadcaster, MC, comedian, host. You understand? And known for his onstage antics at stage shows and bike shows in the area. The other victim was reportedly his childhood friend, a man known by his stage show moniker Jadiside, aka Odin, who operated a taxi on a route in Clarendon. They both reportedly attended very technical high school. Them a friend from them time there. A 2 sample man. Them go party together. Real best friends from childhood. And now them dead together. One man shoot them from back seat and escape. People can wicked so. A source who knew the deceased man said. Senton man shot dead on Mandela Highway. A Senton man fell victim to gunmen's bullet on Mandela Highway in St. Catherine on Thursday evening. Reports indicated that Gregory Lawrence of Bamboo in Senton was shot by men traveling on a motorcycle at about 6:30 p.m. while he drove a black Toyota Tundra SUV motor truck along the busy Mandela Highway. Now, on reaching the vicinity of Caymanas Crossing, 2 men reportedly drove up on a motorbike and opened gunfire into the vehicle that was being driven by Lawrence. I hear that he had actually stopped and was actually relieving himself. Apparently, he was peeing. I don't know. The impact of the bullet tore open a significant section of the window of the SUV. So a female who was also traveling in the targeted vehicle was also shot and injured in the attack. And a police investigation has been launched into the development. I passed this last night. I was leaving Portmore. Jano Star. Who know the possible? Like, man, I don't know Rasta. I tell him, I don't know. I give up. Two brothers shot in home invasion in Hanover. One dead, one in critical condition. The Hanover police are in search of unknown gunmen who shot and killed a 17-year-old student and injured the teen's brother at their home in the park during an early morning attack on Tuesday. The deceased has been identified as Zylon Curtis of Campbell's Hill in Hanover. Now, reports are that about 1:36 a.m., the brothers were asleep when they were pounced upon by gunslingers who gained entry to their house by kicking a door open. The brothers, who were both shot, were subsequently rushed to hospital where the 17-year-old was pronounced dead and his elder brother was admitted in critical condition. No motive for the deadly attack has yet been established by the police. No, man, I not mean so we give up the fight and I just give up in terms of the whole murder situation, in terms of, it's just an expression. It's just an expression. What you mean, the Mandela Highway one, Dillian? It would seem that way. Very much. Man wanted for shooting cop and 12-year-old boy held at the airport. So a Kingston man was accused of shooting and injuring a policeman and a 12-year-old boy, and later going on the run, was apprehended and charged at the Sangsa International Airport after he attempted to leave the island. So reports from the police are that the man, identified as 31-year-old Dujan Peter Higler of Drackett's Place, Kingston 14, was held on Thursday, February 18, and charged with shooting with intent, wounding with intent, and illegal possession of firearm. Now, reports are that on Monday, the 16th of March 2020, at about 12:55 a.m., a police team was on a mobile patrol in the Kingston 14 area when they saw Peter and the two other men. Upon seeing the police, the men opened gunfire at the team. The police returned the fire, however, the men escaped. A 12-year-old boy and a police constable were shot and injured during the incident, and they were taken to hospital where they were treated. Now, Peter was subsequently arrested and charged. His court date is being finalized. I take a break from time to time, Ronald. Sir Stevens, I take a break sometimes, man. How I try to treat with it is that I don't do many videos about murders anymore. Very few, if any. Every now and then. Sorry, guys. I mean, I discuss them during the stream because, people want to know what is going on. Some people, if teach them to upload it or teach them and talk about it, they're not really interested. It's just the truth. That's how I think, set. I think. And things. So I do that. And, this is, talking about it here is, even though it is stressing sometimes, it also has a therapeutic effect. You just get it out of your system. I went to shoot an interview on Tuesday evening before my premiere. That is why I came home late. And on location, there was somebody there, and they said to me, Teach, I'm going to pick up the Emperor. Because I think I'm morning in the following morning, because he's in mourning, because Mama Christie passed. I said, yeah. I'm never here at the time. Tuesday, I had a full day at school. As soon as my classes finished, as a matter of fact, I had to wrap up my last class for the day, finish about 15 minutes early to rush out to reach a location to show the interview. And the person said, yeah, man, I'm going to pick up the boss in the morning because, Mama Christie drop out and them something. I had thought about doing a video on it, but then I never get a chance to do it either and them something. So, you know, and thing, you know, many entertainers profess love for their mother, but I think Bounty Killer with Mama Ivy, Merciless, what Merciless mommy name again? Mama Echo, Shaba with Mama Christie, Richie Stevens with Mama Carmen. These are some of the entertainers who would have not only spoken about their mother publicly, but you know what I mean, do things for their mother would know, like serious things. You see what I say? Capleton and his mother too, yeah. And thing. We know that Beanie Man lost his mother recently as well. And thing, you know, kinda jaja, rough. But Shabab loved his mother by all accounts, and I can just imagine, you know, his frame of mind at this point in time. Man could rush me early and I just start my stream after I left Christie for the last thing for the stream. You see me I say? Two-time Grammy winning DJ Shabba Ranks has requested time to grieve in private as he mourns the loss of his beloved mother, Mama Christie, who died on Tuesday. So as I said, it was Tuesday afternoon I learned. It's not even the media. It's somebody who is in the music space without calling anybody name. Say, yeah, teach, you know, say, the boss are coming in the morning and I'm go pick him up and them something. And I say, yeah. And you know, it would be great for all a satin with the emperor one of them time, but you know, now it's not even the time to push that. You understand what I say? So that evil the devil. You see me I say? I mean, if it happened, I would be grateful. What you mean? Interview with Shabba Ranks. You know they forgot write to me after that. You know couldn't just talk to me regular so. Just kidding. But I know that this is, you know what I mean, a very sad time for him. So when I initiate no formal, you know what I mean, contact them when you say and thing. You know, we send our condolences via the person who, you know what I mean, not gonna know and go on and thing. And we see how it go. So the DJ, who now calls New York home, declined the Jamaica Observer's request for an interview, telling an associate that he preferred to stay quiet at this time and use the period to grieve following the death of his 81-year-old mother. Naturally, understandably so. Zane, who was born Constance Christie and came to public prominence in the late 1990s, along with her son, who never failed to acknowledge her in all his media interviews, both locally and internationally. And things. So let me publicly take the opportunity to express my heartfelt sympathies to Shabba and the family over the passing of his beloved mother, Mama Christie. And you know what thing go. You see me? You know what thing go. Many entertainers have taken to social media to express their condolences. You know, Dexter even do a song with title Shabba Mother Pat in reference to Mama Christie and thing. I saw Bounty Killer publicly, Beanie Man, many other people have publicly, you know what I mean, expressed their condolences to Shabba. Yes, Rasta, what good Mama Christie. And you know, hope the family come together and find some strength among each other and some solace in the fact that she would have lived a wonderful life and would have, you know what I mean, made an indelible mark on those persons who came in contact with her. So I suppose I can take some solace from that. Yeah, man. So, Father Ranks, go and hold it, brother. You understand? And take as much time as you want, man. And you know what I mean? Yes, Rasta. So, yeah, Pete, you know, where I cut it there, so. So, you know, see me there, hungry, kill me. Like, I don't remember eating anything substantial since then. I did plan to eat something before my stream, but then I get caught up on some other things and no hungry one take no way. So I go any stream and get something for you know what I mean? Eating and night. You know what I think. Peace, big up on yourself. You see me? You know, premiere again Tuesday, artists we wouldn't expect. When we talk about big artists, boy, yeah, some name normally come up, Zane, even though the artist Tuesday is not a big artist. The man is a great artist. Let me put it that way. You understand? The one here come from left field. You don't see it come. And nobody call nobody name about it. You don't know how get it. You understand? But just look out for it. Get book out for it. You see me, I say big up to Donovan Steele. You know, that was the interview last time out. And, you know, I revived. Very talented musician. You know, long journey, all heap of things and them something there. He still has a lot to offer to the music. I sincerely hope that he will be given an opportunity to do so. But Tuesday, Bounty, a Bounty. See me? I know a killer, man. When me interview killer, everybody I gonna know before he interview even go up, because me I pray all the man they run killer go post picture on social media. Safi they gonna do that. Him Road they gonna do it. Steve Marshall gonna do it. If Courtney they ever gonna do it. You understand? Banky good as I gonna do it. So killer himself good as I gonna do it. Bojo, me tell him say you can't guess. You don't know how. You understand? Just know say he's a great man. Pioneer. Them man they do enough of the things them in the business first. You understand? Them man they the first man to sign international recording contract. Them man they do song with. Them man they tour with everybody. Them man they know everybody. Them man they are greats. Them man they thing not normal. It probably normal now, but it never normal. You understand? Them man, they was the first millionaire in the business. Them man, they first get $1 million contract. $1 million, but they have a Canadian or US dollar contract in a business. You understand what I say? Them man, when them man, they sing, nobody in the world can sing like them man. Maybe not still, but them man, they just different. You gonna learn some things too, so you never did know. You know, man, not a singer, sister. You know, you miss a singer. You know, listen. When you watch the interview too, so I say teach. Shabba singer. Ken Prosper, you ever hear Shabba sing? You hear Shabba sing, sir? I wouldn't want to hear Shabba sing, because Shabba voice is just not a singing voice. It's big DJ. Them man they set it. Them man they make it. Kind of wreck it too, but them man they thing not regular. Them man they no normal. Them man they we don't even know. We don't even know. Yeah, sir. We don't couldn't call $1 million name when you can't get out. I mean, I tell you no. Yes, I sing after me say Shabba. Alright. But tell us how to do. Don't just wait. Burning Spears or Jimmy Cliff. That would be massive. Those would be massive. But no. I mean, you interview Burning Spears later. You be the man tell us a Burning Spears biggest reggae artist in the world. Pinchers. Hey, rude boy and Passera. How want you make way for the bandolero? Cause if you, my friend, then Barry's your lyrics are chop like the sound of Zaro. Ro. Nah, man. And a bandolero, man. Barry's. No. One day, but no. You can't call him from now till tonight, till the morning, till tomorrow night. You can't get it. You understand? When you see the interview, when you say teach. I never know say this man was this great. I never know about this man. I never know say I saw this man are great. Greatness. Page, my God, no can't say. Just give it in. I never go no name. Just know say them man there. Yo, them man there. Them man there and Stevie Wonder are bridging. Like them a party. Them man they are not King Cole. You used to go a bar, go drink together, ride together, party together. Them man they great. Them man they in a normal. Them man they write enough song for Dennis Brown and them man they. And Gregory Isaac. Them man in a normal. Them man there. Aretha Franklin and Patti LaBelle and all of them people there. Them man they used to party with. Them man they sing with them people, they tour with them. Them man they just full of history. Them man they great. Them man in a normal. Them man they tell me certain things and me just in a Them man they have one son right now. A big singer for it. Them man they great. Yo. Peeps, big up on yourself here, sir. Me saw the Tuesday. No, I saw no Sunday. You understand? I saw no Sunday. You know, premiere. It's a gully bop. You mean gully bop a flop? If I didn't get liquid padlock. Alright, never mind. I'm just kidding. Bill Teach. It's Maxi Priest. Maxi Priest. You don't even follow me at half pint. Greetings I bring from Jah to all ragamuffin. Ooh. No, it's not half pint. My God. I say you can call him. You're not going to know. You're not going to get the greatness of the man until Tuesday night. You never know. You're not going to know say a man in the music was so great. You don't even know about. You not going to know say this a man still there about. And it's great, so. Yes, and he has had a rough time because, you know, he got involved in a drugs and yes, and but him tell us straight up. He don't go around. Them man are great. Them man are great. You understand? Great. Yeah, them man are great. Nobody don't even tell me nothing about them man. Them man are great. Me go on a million clue. Me tell you say the man are the first millionaire in the business. The man get a $1 million contract from one time in the past. The man they are not King Cole, write song, do song. The man they par with Patti LaBelle, the Pointer Sister. The man they are Stevie Wonder, Parin P. The man they great. But when they even listen, you understand? Then the man they. I don't even know. You see me? Yeah. Then me still there talk, me gone. The man say a junior boss. He who only speak of vanity and no love. Me interview George Nooks long time family. Go look for interview. Type in George Nooks teacher. Me interviewed a long time. Him did have flu and me did have flu. The tour with it sick like, but he still sing with the flu and him a bad singer like. Yeah, you can't get it. You no know who. Johnny Clark. Shine no do they sit now with me and say you not listen. Eh? Me say them a tape me, got me gun them plenty, shot away. Yo, by God. And me say, greatness. Johnny, it's not Johnny Clark. Yeah, Johnny Clark great, but greatness are running at them man your blood. When them man sing, girls want put on ring. Girls want be the man thing. Girls, give them man anything. Them man they can't lose, they happy win. Them man they great. Me gone. Peace, big up on yourself. Sunday, 8:30. Make it a date and don't be late. Don't look for it. Get book for it. You know, premiere Tuesday. The great man. The great man. And when the interview done, you're going to realize the man there great. You understand? Ken Booth? No. Speaking about Ken Booth. Alright, I need to start out that. Yellow Man, me say is a singer. You ever Yellow Man a sing? Well, him sing still, but Yellow Man is not a singer. Yellow Man is a DJ. You understand? You can go and call people name. That's all you want can do and call people name. You understand? Berries. Oh, you know. You know, Father Berries. Hopefully one of them days. You owe me 5 million on Tuesday. I know who, but I not say nothing. Now worry yourself, man. Go along with your mean self. I always busting up on the interview. Yeah. The interview, yeah, the man, yeah, great. And we now go believe such a great man there among us, and we don't know the man greatness. Barrington Levy. We don't even follow. We slow down, we very slow. Me gone. Right now, we do even inspire me as a teacher for Boston. Because we very slow. We don't call some name where if we don't listen to the things that I say, we don't know say the name then pop up. Like when I say Stevie Wonder, I say Nat King Cole, I say Patti LaBelle, I say the Pointer Sisters, I say some people where and I say them thing there. Like una listen. When I say then them man there, when they sing, then great. You don't want to hear the get the million. That's same here there. You understand? Peace, big up on yourself. I am very much looking forward to editing this interview. I'm gonna start editing it and I'll start laying it out tomorrow. I am looking forward to editing the interview. I'll be in awe again. You understand what I say? Yeah, man. The man say, mighty sparrow. Oi, on the top call people name. I gone. Teach. You want bag of things at that. Peeps. Tuesday. You know we see. And I said, teach, man, great for true. And I really appreciate the interview. I never know say this man so great. I not even did know of this man. I hear the song them, I didn't even know. I think of R&B singer sing them song. You understand? Luther Vandross and them man there. The man the Atlantic Star and them people there. You understand? You see? Them man they great. They don't even know. Me so no. Sunday night we talk about some things that affect Jamaica. But Tuesday, may I make sure I don't edit the interview there from early. May I try don't edit the interview there from about Sunday night. Bonnie Wheeler and a Jabi man. Jabi no sing no tune with them man. The Jabi no. Jabi great. You understand? But yeah, they don't even know. Me don't even want to tell them no more things. You understand? I don't even want to tell them nothing more. You see me? Yeah. Yeah. A Sanchez. It's which part Sanchez and Stevie Wonder and Nat King Cole and them people that do song? Is which song that? Where Sanchez do? Is when Sanchez get $1 million contract. When? Which part? Sanchez great, but no. Terry Linen. Brando D. Go rest. You understand? Terry Linen is the next one. You know how much time if you interview all Terry Linen? But a long story that for you next time. But go on. Peeps, big up on yourself. Tuesday. You guys will be impressed. Believe me when I tell you that. You understand? Me not hype up interviews. Like that. Ghosts. Please. Me not hype up interviews For no reason at all, no matter who me interview. But I interview ya special. That man ya special. That man ya great. You understand? That man ya thing na normal. That man ya set the pace. Man say Peter touch. Me gonna me better though. I look at Peter go see. Right? But don't do. Peeps, what good? Step with Jah. You know what thing go. Safe travel upon the gravel. You know what I mean? Yeah man, give thanks. Be so. Appreciate the support. You know what I mean? Sunday, then Tuesday. Big up on yourself. Ghost none of them lead there. That just is the truth. When I say ghost, if you hear the things when I say, ghost none of them the league there, sizzler. That's no disrespect to ghost. Ghost none of them the league there. You understand? Ghost not achieve them at things there. Ghost not reach them heights there. There no disrespect to Mr. Hilton. Just in ghost and just on the lesser. You understand? Peace, big up on yourself. Walk good. Step with Jah. Safe, travel upon the gravel. You understand what I say? Yeah, man. Kerry say I must Bob Marley. Or Marcus. I'm out. Lee Scratch Perry. We hear the one that L.A. Lewis. So, the guy there, alright. Google now tell me how to teach. I say, the way them man they're great, they even Google have them things. Rose, we don't even know. E-commerce on the panel level of greatness then either. No disrespect to nobody. Johnny Osborne, no, it's not the great Johnny Osborne still. If you don't know Johnny Osborne, you want to make me know now. So Osborne. You need for a reason. You understand? In any season. Just let me know. Michael Manley. Burning spear. Me tell you say I'm a burning spear, man. If you don't get the name, you then telling you about. You see, and that me a show you. You not understand the greatness of the man and know how much the man do for the thing and what the man do. You understand? I know so the man still around, and despite the fact that he would have, you know what I mean, hit some major roadblocks, especially with drugs. The man greatness and nah man. You understand? Me not interview with Michael Manley and people. Don't leave me alone. Teach go find something to eat that guy. That they're going to teach them on our era that Bojo Bantan or we any wonder. Give me bolo. Twins at Yo, we gotta have a bed. Curly locks, 2 locks, big up for yourself. Edward Siaga, Harry Belafonte, Bitty McLean. I'm gonna Google it. Alright, you big up for yourself. Me soon. One of them time, Leroy Siblis. No, Mrs. Smarty said Leroy Smart. No, it's not the great Dan Smart. I need to find Leroy Smart and Leroy Gibbons and Glenn Washington. We need to find them people here. I'll look for them. You see me? Yeah, a Jimmy Cliff. Alright. Many rivers to cross. But I go John, because another one there. You understand what I say? We any wonder? No. It's not the great way. Them man there, I have to come here for and play. Them man there do only around here. You understand? And age group. Boy George. Yo, peeps. Alright. Desmond Decker. And the Aces. Yeah, I'm almost Desmond Decker, the Aces. Gregory Isaac. Go on, Kerry. Go on there, bit. Yo, Jaja. Terry Linen. Me have Terry Linen linked to you know, Canil. Like me talk to Terry Linen a million times we agree to do the interview and long story short, I didn't even get into that. When I say Stanley and the Turban, Spragga. No man, I'm not Spragga. See, me interview singing melody already family. But I don't even watch the interview with them and Jesus dead. yo, go on. Me God. Hungry days. Mama hungry. Papa hungry. Teach them hungry. You understand? Derek Marker. No, sir. You see, Cookie, you know, listen. May I say, them man they think the international. Them man they think the local. You know? Nobody not get the name. Me tell them, nobody not get the name. Nobody. If somebody did get the name, me then say yes. I might say Jesus. Slim Smith. Yo, Garnet Silk. No man, and a little bimbo man. Joseph Grant. No, you know. Joseph Grant still alive. Me not remember Joseph Grant, no. Derek Ariak. Fontan Moja. Oh, when I rise early this morning, I see Jaja right in front of me. Peeps, me love you know. Sincerely, me love you know. You understand? Yeah, man. Big up on yourself. Be sold the soul. Yes, me. Yeah, man. Don't go and mash up on the brain. That one I go beat you know bad. I want to know that one. That one a bigger one. Richie Spice. Then Maurice, you hear all the things that I tell you, sir. Maurice, leave and listen. Peace. Big up on yourself. I found that. then, Anna and J review, big up yourself. Peace, my God, but I see yourself. Big up on yourself. Walk good. Be so the soul. You understand what I say? Yeah, man. Manners and respect. Heart of love. Beloved, God do. What the name start with? One letter in the alphabet, man. Yeah, man. Big up on yourself. I'm out.
Thank you for tuning in. Like the stream before you go. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Remember to share the stream with your family and friends and browse the channel for more amazing content. Until next time, walk good, my friends.
Teach them. Hey, yo, hello. Send the message and make it reach them. It's Teach Them right here. Warlord representing.